The idea originally was I would just do, like, this all about the emotional side, because the very first book I did was this one, which is about 60,000 words. And this came about because I used to do an online magazine. And when I was doing the magazine, I just ended up with a spreadsheet of loads and loads and loads of information, and most of it was like medical information. Now, I used to be a nurse and I used to be a midwife, so when I was researching stuff, it was easier for me because I already understood a lot. I didn't understand everything. So out of that spreadsheet, I then looked at it and I was like, God, this information could go in a book. So basically this book is just a list of all the things that you might need to know about while going through. So it's like, this is a free one that I have as an ebook, the Fertility Jargon Buster. So this literally is just, you know, the jargon you have to go through. So this one is just literally says what it is. But this one then explains what is in this book. So this one, you know, it could go on, like when I talk about IVF, it could go on for like 5 pages. And I've got, there's like illustrations in there. So I contacted this guy and he did all the illustrations for it. So it's not so, you know, like the sperm and the egg down the bottom there and stuff like that. And they're just featured throughout the book. So I did that 2 years ago. I published that as I self-publish. So I've got the 4 books done now, and they will make a rainbow. So there'll be 7 initially in this series, and then so there'll all be different colours. But then, I mean, the one I'm working on now is for the Black Indigenous people of colour. So basically for Asian, Black, Chinese, Japanese, any culture really, because obviously they have more things to deal with in their culture, don't they, regarding, you know, things that families say and expectations for women that they should have babies and all that sort of thing. So that will be the next book, and then I'll go back to the series, which will be pregnancy, after infertility and loss, donation, and then male factor. And then probably after that, I'll possibly do one on adoption, possibly one on surrogacy, possibly one on premature babies. So then that will be like, you know, more books, that, because certainly I would have gone through 6 of those books because my daughter was born by egg donation. The only thing we didn't have was male factor. So, you know, I would have found all of those books really helpful. I would have like hoovered these books up had someone written them. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, there were books out there. It's sometimes difficult to find the book that's right for you. But I love writing and I love reading, and but it wasn't, the books weren't just, I wasn't writing them just for people going through it. I thought that they could be really helpful to people to give to their family and friends who don't understand, who don't get it. And, you know, if you share your story with your family and friends, they might just think, oh yeah, well, that's just you. But if you gave them a book of 30 other people saying the same thing, then maybe they'll just, oh, right, the penny will drop, and they'll think, yeah, I see where you're coming from now.